So it is 10 o'clock at night. I'm just heading over to my parents' garage and I'm gonna get cracking on that bike. I'll let you guys know basically what's going on, the parts that I got, and kind of the procedure of it. And this will, I guess, be kind of a series as to how to fix yours. So yeah. All right, guys. So here it is, my Shadow. Anybody wondering, this is a 2000 VLX600. It's a V-twin single carb. Basically, what happened was I was riding it, and it just fucking died. And so I went to start it back up. It didn't want to start up. I yoked it, pulled the choke all the way out, started it, rode it for like a second, and it died down slowly. So I assume it's not getting fuel. So hopefully that's the cause, because I already ordered the piece to replace that right there, which is the air fuel petcock. It's right behind that plate. It's this back here that this fuel line goes into. And what that is, it is a vacuum. Here's the vacuum line right down here. Goes into the rear cylinder. And it like opens and closes based on vacuum and allows fuel through. And it's basically like a fuel safe. So if the bike tips over, it'll stop. Now, I've seen, I mean, even like TJ Brutal Customs, he explained, you know, it's a recalled part. It fails. It has left him stranded. Hopefully that is what left me stranded, because I had to push the fucking thing. I have, let me just show you the parts. Basically, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be jetting the carb, which I'm sure you know what a carb looks like, but it's over there. Jetting the carb, blocking off vacuum lines from all this stock air bullshit. I have some Colt Vans grips. Should be getting some new bars from Lowbrow Customs. They're local, well, semi-local to me. So I'm gonna go and get some bars from them. Here is the jet kit. It's got my jets in there. This is his bit that he sells to get the tuning bolt out, which is this right here. It's your tuning knob. That is the plug for the air fuel petcock, because all it does is plug that that rear cylinder hole, and he machines like a perfect one for that size, so you don't fuck it up and go in too far or whatever. Let's see here. And then I got, motherfucker, come on, my vacuum plugs and my velocity stack. So that's sick. It's aluminum polish. It's got his logo on there somewhere. It's under there. I found these guys on Instagram. So yeah, if you guys want to find them, TJ Brutal Customs. Anyway, so shout them out, because this shit is sick. It did unfortunately take like 10 days or so, probably a little more to ship, but it got here quick. So basically, let me give you a rundown. Take the tank off. I'm gonna take the seat off. I'm gonna take all this plastic off. I have to take this off. This. I'm gonna lift the tank off. Then I'm gonna start taking out the airbox shit, and hopefully get to the carb and get that out. If not, almost out by tonight. But yeah, I don't plan to get this done tonight. Obviously, it's kind of late, but just a decent start would be cool. So yeah, let me get started. All right, so it's been, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. Here is basically what a bike looks like when it sits in a fucking barn for 3 years. It's pretty damn disgusting. And you go up here, you got little nests and everything. Dead bugs and shit. Oh, look at this, it just fucking comes apart. This all can go. This line has to come off, obviously. But yeah, all this airbox shit can go. Frees up a lot of room. Here is the back of the carb, if you've never seen one. All right, so excuse the noise if there's a fan going on behind me. It's hot as fuck in this garage. So basically, I started on the carb side, right? Took this cover off, pretty simple. Then you just start taking these little fucking hex bolts out. Okay, so underneath that is this. pull that off. There's your filter. How fucking disgusting that is. And then under here, look at that, dude. You can't make this shit up. Look at that. That is not supposed to be like that. But okay. I don't even know where they went. Somewhere down here, I guess, like right here maybe. Yeah, I don't know. So that's fucked. And yeah, so you can either take this bolt out, but it looks like you can just take these off on the top. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there's that. And that wasn't tight. This is your float bowl vent. You do not want to take that off, cover it up, whatever. Don't fuck with it. Did get it off, as you can see. It really wasn't that bad. You just have to make sure that you remember to unhook the choke and the idle control, and it'll come out once you loosen these two screws. But now I'm just trying to remember, because coolant came out of here, right? I took one of the bolts from the air box and jammed that bitch in there. So coolant came out of here. Coolant is here. See that? The underneath one obviously is for this one. Fuel, like I said, that's your bowl vent. Don't fuck with that. I am gonna bend this throttle rod. Yeah, and then your two cables were there. They were in here. You just loosen them with a wrench, slide them out. Obviously this one goes to the back one, vice versa. So yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh, it's that D-shaped screw he was talking about, the tuning screw. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Got the carb out. I'm gonna take the air fuel petcock out, and then I'm gonna fuck with the carb. It is pretty fucking easy. It's literally just this. You take the mounting bracket off right there, and then you just take that vacuum line out and you plug it. So it should be pretty fucking simple. All right, so I took those two 8mm bolts out. You take I use an 8, but it's technically a 7, but I got it loose. And then you can just twist the hose. And then that's it. So like, I'm gonna take this out. I gotta find what Allen key fits real quick. And yeah, you gotta put this little fucker in, snug her down, and it's good after that. So I'll show you in a second. All right, so just like that, that shit is donezo. I took the petcock off of here by just unscrewing it. I don't remember which fucking way it was. Oh, there's two little screws on the back. I just unscrewed those. I'm gonna kind of clean this up real quick and paint it black, and so it won't look like ass. But yeah, look at that. So much fucking room for activities. So stoked. All right, so went ahead and some hacked ass shit. Sprayed that up nice. Let that fucker hang there and dry. So with the fuel petcock delete, right? You don't have that to act as like kind of a fuel filter, you know, the in-between bullshit. So that what the fuck am I trying to say here? So the switch on the side that says, you know, on, off, whatever, you run that straight to the carb. So basically what I'm gonna do is use that same fuel line that's on the side of the carb already. I'll show you real quick. Grab my trusty stool. So I am going to use this fuel line that's already on the side that ran to the petcock. I'm just gonna cut it or whatever, and then I'm gonna put a, you know, just some bullshit fuel filter in between. But even if I finish this carb tonight, I can't do anything with it because I don't have that fuel filter. So I mean, I guess I could just run it straight to the carb, but I don't want to fuck it up. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna weigh my options here. I'm gonna take off this slide bowl and just see what I'm looking at. All right, so look at my fake ass workbench because I don't have one here. So it does the trick though. So I took off the 4 screws. I just watched one of his videos. I figured, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. Be careful with these screws. They are kind of shitty. So yeah, I did take off the slide cover. It is a spring, so you want to hold on to it. And then there's just a nut down there. It's a little 8 mil. You take that out, you pull the slide out. There is a needle in there. I got the needle out. This has a spring in it, so be careful. So one of these. Slide that over the needle. Okay. Put the needle back in. Take this. Alright, so yeah, I re-tightened the bolts here. Flipped it over. This is the bottom. This is the float bowl cover. So what you want to do here, it's getting hung up on something. So then you swing this out like that. Okay. Be very, very fucking careful when you're unscrewing these. Get a screwdriver that exactly fits, because you can fuck them up big time. Let me see if this one fits. This is a normal Craftsman. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. I think the direct is a 1/8 screwdriver. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Alright, so I got the old one out. I did the pilot jet first. That's the middle. Here's like a look at the head of that. It is kind of fucking warped. That's why you want to be very careful. It was in there kind of tight, so I don't know whoever installed this originally or what, but they kind of fucked it up. So I got a 48 here. I'm going to put in there. So yeah. All right, so I got that one in. Like I said, just snug it. You know, just give it a little tight. Don't over torque it. So for this one, your main, you need a 7mm box wrench like this, and then you're gonna unscrew that out the middle. So yeah, you need the 7mm. I tried the 8, didn't fucking work. Tried some fucking pliers. Just don't half-ass it. It was hard, you know. Luckily I had one, but yeah, you see all these screwdrivers I'm using. Trying to make sure I find the right fucking one. So yeah, just take your time. So yeah. All right, so that's all tightened down. I did kind of jump a step that I don't know if I filmed. I slid that rod out. You lift your float out, and then your float needle is in here. You lift that out. Just make sure there's no shit down in there, and then on the needle, clean it out. There was a bunch of dumb shit all up in the carb, like this. So I had to clean all that out. So basically, this is where you're at. You put this back in, and I believe you're good. But yeah, let me just fucking throw this in. Yeah. All right. So I go to put my float bowl back on, right? I'm like, oh, let me see what's inside. Look at all that bullshit. Just old bullshit. So that fucking sucks. But that is right where I don't know what line that is, honestly. But it doesn't fucking matter, because that's not cool. That is not a good thing. So I have to clean all that shit out. And yeah, should be mint. Alright guys, so I finished it. So that's pretty fucking cool. So let me just go over. So you can plug this. Alright. Plug this. What else did I do? Okay, so down here there was this piece, okay, and they're like about like that. Now, if you guys watched earlier, which you probably did, these had coolant lines on it, and even in his video he said take these out. So he said, you know, this comes off with this screw. It's got a little plate holding on to here, and this son of a bitch just lifts right off, right? So that hose, no, not that one, that one, that goes to the radiator, and this one that I put both of them I put screws in. I'm going to cut them about right there, put the fucking screw in, tighten the shit out of it with a, I mean obviously a fat screw. Use something that like kind of swells it out a little bit. Tighten it down with a hose clamp. Same thing with that one. because they are pressurized. You don't need it. And literally, you know, I pulled this off. I'm like, damn, it's just a dimple to hold it in there. It's just to warm the fucking carb, I believe. I think that's it. So yeah, I did not order an intake boot. I wish I did, but I didn't. So I mean, this one looks pretty good still, so I'm just gonna reuse it. I'm gonna put my velocity stack on. I'm gonna try to clean that real quick and show you the velocity stack. Check that shit out. Velocity stack is on. That shit is hard. It's like I put it on the wrong side. That'd be fucked. But yeah, that shit is tight. Super dope. Yeah. So now I'm about to just. I think I'm about to just paint up this rust real quick. Tape that shit off or something real fast. Paint it up, kind of clean it up just a bit, or I don't know. It's fucking almost 1 in the morning. I've just been grinding on this thing, not even watching the time. So, yeah. Oh yeah. So before I forget, the tuning screw, right? This is your tuning screw, and that's why I got this. So, he sells this D bit that it goes on there. I think that's in the D shape. It looks like it. And so I'm about to set this camera up quick. I believe it's an 8 mil. Of course not. The fuck did I say it was? I think it's a 7. Yeah, 7 mil. Okay. Let's see how fuck this goes. What the fuck? The fuck size is that bitch? Oh, I don't even need it. I didn't even need it. Look at that. Push it off with my fucking fingers, dude. Holy shit. Oh. That fancy shit right here. This looks like a fucking washer stuck in there. Yeah.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
There it goes. A little fucker. There it goes, right on in there. There it is. So that way, when you're riding and you could tune, you need a tune, you just reach under there. Obviously I need to set it. I don't know exactly the, you know, how, like what they need you to set it to. Because obviously I just tightened it down. Maybe I got to loosen it a little bit or whatever. But I think that when you seat it like that, that's as far as it goes. And then you turn from there. So, to tune. I might be wrong, but I might be right. So, yeah, I put my bowl vent back in there. Obviously, like I said, cap. I'm about to just start reinstalling this motherfucker, I think. I'm stoked. Alright, so check it, little update. Went ahead and did these cooling lines. Don't know if those bolts are big enough, but I tightened the shit out of them clamps, so hopefully, you know, that doesn't cause a problem. I did just start painting this, did the second coat. Engine covers they're okay. I don't know. I'm gonna spend cleaning it tomorrow. I'm gonna start putting that car back on and I'm going the fuck home because I'm tired. Oh shit, almost died. But yeah, so pretty successful in my opinion. Now, whether tomorrow or I'm off the next day, I'm going to be getting hole saws. I'm gonna fucking cut them baffles out. So when I jet it, well, I did jet it. I'm so used to saying that. So when I ride it, I can do it all at once, tune it for all at once. It's gonna be louder. It's gonna be more responsive with that. Yeah, so all in all, pretty successful few hours. I would say for me, never doing it in my life. If you guys have one of these, check out TJ Brutal. If you have not already heard of him, dude's fucking helped me a lot, whether he knows it or not. He did share my story today when I was posted about doing this, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think I'm ending the video there, but I'm getting close to wrapping it up, so that's pretty much it. All right, so carb all in, throttle cable's all hooked up and tightened down. I do want to show. So that's the piece that you bend out, right? Now before, it would only move like this far, right? It would stop on that little post. Watch. All the way past. Look at that movement. Much more movement, a lot more open. Now one thing I'm not 100% sure on, right? I did plug this port back here. Let's see if I can get to it. I did plug this port. What the fuck is it, dude? Oh, the fucking hose is on it, dude. Under there, right? It runs to this hose. I'm not sure. I mean, it runs up here. This is empty. I think it might just be an overflow for maybe coolant or whatever, but I'm not fucking taking that hose off yet, so I don't know exactly what consists of that. Like what? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not worried. I'm more worried about those bolts because they're not the biggest thing in the world, but that shit is fire. Again, super stoked. Looks so much better. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it a night there. I did clear coat those parts. I'm about to clear coat this, but I'm calling it there. Fucking tired, and pretty much my list is going to consist of, I gotta get a inline fuel line or fuel filter. I have to get fuck, I think that's it. That fuel filter, maybe some more hose clamps. I have to put that that bracket situation, put that back on there. Cut out the baffles for the exhaust. What else? I might do an oil change. I'm thinking about doing an oil change because I don't know the last time this thing had one. And then just clean it up. That's pretty much it, really. So, I'm going to end this here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was relatively informational. This was my first time. I mean, this is my first bike, so this is the first time I've ever gotten this in depth with anything, so as far as a bike. So, yeah. Hope it helped. If you guys want to stick around for more, subscribe, like the video, comment if I'm trash or not. It's up to you. But yeah, guys, catch y'all on the next one.